Hey y'all, today's objective is solving one-step inequalities using multiplication or division. You've already done one step with adding and subtracting, so now let's take it a step further, multiply and dividing. It's similar to solving equations. You still want to isolate the variable, but there is a slight change with multiplying and dividing. So let me show you that slight change. Over here, I want you to compare using less than or greater than. So let's compare 2 to 4, and we know that 2 is less than 4. All right, so all I'm doing now is I'm going to use the multiplication property of equality, and I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So what is 2 times 2? 4, and 4 times 2, 8. So now let's compare 4 and 8. Well, 8 is still larger, so 4 is less than 8. So I'm going to use the multiplication property of equality again, except this time I'm going to multiply both sides by -2. So -2 times 2 is -4, and 4 times -2 is -8. So now let's compare -4 compared to 8. Which one is greater? Hopefully you said -4. So now my -4 is greater. Now look at what happened to our symbol. We went from less than, all of a sudden to greater than. What changed between here and here? We multiplied by 2, we multiplied by -2. And our symbol changed. And that is why multiplication, there's this difference with multiplication and division, because there's something that happens when you multiply by a negative. Notice right here I multiplied by positive, and so my symbols didn't change. But then from here to here, my symbol changed because I multiplied both sides by a negative. And that is the key for solving inequalities with multiplication and division. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, you're going to switch the inequality symbol. Just like here, I switched it from less than to greater than when I multiplied by a negative. So let's do some examples to work these problems out. All right, so example 1, solve. 3x is less than 33. I need to undo this multiplication with division, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, which leaves me with 1x. 33 divided by 3 is 11. So now my question is, did I divide by a negative? I divided both sides by 3, so did I divide by a negative? No. So my symbol stays the same, and I bring down a less than, and my answer is x is less than 11. Very simple. Number 2, x over -5 is greater than or equal to 8. Look at the black first. X over -5 is greater than or equal to 8. I need to undo this division with multiplication, so I'm going to multiply both sides by -5. These cancel. 8 times -5 is -40, and my question is, did I multiply by a negative? What did I multiply both sides by? A -5. So that means my inequality symbol once was greater than or equal to is now less than or equal to. I had to switch my inequality symbol. Because I multiplied both sides by a -5. So let's work out a few together. Number 3. 7x is less than -28. I need to undo multiplication with division, so I'm going to divide on both sides by 7, because that's what's my variable. 7 divided by 7 is 1. -28 divided by 7 is -4. And my question is, did I divide by a negative? Did I divide by a negative? I divided both sides by 7. Is that negative? No. Yes, the 28 is negative, but I didn't divide by a -28. I divided by a 7. So my symbol stays the same. Number 4, -3 is less than or equal to x over -6. I need to undo this division with multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by this -6. The -6 are going to cancel. -6 times -3 is a +18. And then my symbol. Did I multiply by a negative? What did I multiply on both sides? A -6. So that means my inequality symbol is going to reverse and become greater than or equal to. How about a few more? Here are a few you try. I want you to try these two on your own. I want you to pause the video, copy them down, work them out, and then restart the video when you're ready. Number 5, C over 4 is greater than -12. C over 4 is greater than -12. Number 6, -9W is less than or equal to -27. -9W is less than or equal to -27. So pause the video and work those out. Number 5, we have division, so I'm going to undo it with multiplication on both sides. And -12 times 4 is -48. Did I multiply both sides by a negative? The answer is no, so my symbol remains the same. Number 6, I have multiplication. So to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides by a -9. -27 divided by -9 is 3. And then did I divide by a negative? The answer is yes. So I have to switch my inequality symbol, and there is my answer. I hope you got those right. So the last two you try, number 7 and 8, I want you to try on your own, except this time I'm not going to give you the answer in a video. You are going to have to work them out, and then in class tomorrow we will go over these. But I want you to be very careful about number 8. I want you to be very careful about number 8. So number 7 says -1 is less than or equal to m over -2. -1 is less than or equal to m over -2. Number 8 is -x is less than 5. -x is less than 5. And I'm going to tell you now, it's not done. You have to do something. So maybe you will remember what we talked about, what number goes in front of that x. But you try these, and then we'll go over them tomorrow in class.